I just received a question about section 2.3 and specifically the PA 2.33 and the difference between fitted values and residuals. So there's a couple of things to think about and just in the bigger picture. So we typically have a data set and then we come up with this regression line that is as close to all the data points as possible. It's extremely unlikely that all the data points will be on the line. It's extremely unlikely that even most of the data points will be on the line. The idea is it's as close as possible to all of the points. That means we're minimizing the residuals. The residuals are a measurement of how far the actual data points are from the line. So let's just consider really quick that we have this line with a bunch of dots. This is a really bad picture. And then let's say we have this residual line in the middle. What we're doing is we want to look at, like there's y, and there's like a y hat at that same x value. So here's x. Sorry, I'm writing on a tablet. It's not ideal. So the idea is we want to know like how far are these lines, this residual line from the data points. So like, in other words, how good is our prediction? Is it really good or is it pretty bad? Like the higher the residuals, that means our data is farther away from the line. It could be that the data is really not that linear, or it could be that our line is like we made a mistake somewhere. It's usually just that if you see that the residuals are high, it's usually because the data is not as like strong correlation or isn't as linear as maybe we thought. So here we want to look at fitted value versus the residual. So the fitted value is when we plug this x value in to our linear regression equation, and what value do we get? In other words, what prediction would our line make? Not what was on the original data set, because here on the original data set, it was 5, right? We see as x equals 3, our data showed 5. But what does this line tell us? So we have our our regression line is y hat equals 2 plus 3x. So we want to know what the fitted value is when x2 equals 3. So that means we're going to plug that in there. So now we have this y hat. I'm just going to put a 2 down here to let us know what we're looking at. Oops. Yeah, so we have 2 plus 3 times 3, which is equal to 11. So all we're doing is plugging in that x. We're trying to find what our fitted value is from that regression line. All right. So it says, what is the regression residual when x2 equals 3? Well, what we do there, that regression residual is equal to this number on our data set, y minus our y hat. In this case, this was our y hat, and our y was equal to, good Lord, sorry. Talk about typos when I'm writing. Is equal to 5, right? That was our y. So this then equals 5 minus 11, which is equal to negative 6. So our regression residual for when x2 equals 3 is negative 6. So again, this fitted value is what our linear regression line predicts that value should be based on a certain x value, and that residual is how far away that was from our original data point. All right, I hope this helps anyone that's having a hard time with this concept. Let me know if you have any questions about this or anything else.